Hello and welcome back to episode 25 of Take to the Skies, St Albans FC. We're back for the final game of the season, where if we win, we could even potentially nick a playoff spot. But before we get into the video, I just want to mention that I have collaborated with another creator, the FM Network. I've got a video that's come out on their channel about an hour ago at 4 PM today. I'll leave the link down in the description below. It'll also be on the end screen, roughly here. There we are. So do go and check that out. Drop them a subscribe. Really grateful to have a bit of exposure over on their channel. And they've got a lot of other great content over there as well from many other guest creators as well as themselves. Go and check them out. Let's get into the episode. So since you were last with us, we had another nothing game like the Halifax game against Dagenham and Redbridge. We then beat Eastleigh 2-0, Solihull Moors 2-1, and then we drew 1-1 with Yeovil in a game that was meant to be at the start of this episode. I completely forgot. I'd already advanced through to Torquay before I thought about it. So back today to play Torquay. That draw does mean we are 1 point outside the playoffs. So we'll be playing Torquay, who are 18th. Chesterfield play Guiseley, who are 22nd and already relegated. But we are relying on Guiseley to get a result there in order for us to be able to overtake Chesterfield. We have to better Chesterfield's result. So if they lose, we need to draw. If they draw, we need to win. Let's get into the game and see if we can do our side of it and get a win, and then see how Chesterfield get on and see if we can nick that playoff spot. And the lineup for the final game of the season, we've got Parks in goal, a back four of Harper, Adebowell, Chanel and Longello. Ballantyne is the holding midfielder, Napa on the right with Wise in the middle, Pett in the number 10, Jeffers on the left, and then Rush as the lone striker. As he's improved massively over the season. He struggled a little bit to get going, but in recent months, probably since about January, he's got back into his scoring ways. Not quite the level he was at in the National League South, although next season, if we can get him on loan again, maybe a full season where he's a bit more acclimatised to the level, he could well do. Ballantyne sends it out to the right for Napa, back to Pett. He sends it back to Longello. Inside to Pett, who plays it to Napa. Wise and Napa exchange the ball, and Napa puts us 1-0 up. And that is a brilliant start, less than 5 minutes into the game. And maybe we can pull this off. Pett exchanging the ball there very nicely. The little 1-2, Napa with the strike. And we lead, which as it stands means, there we are, we're into the top 7. We've now got a throw-in for Torquay. Ball comes in and a good block there from Adebowell, and then Parks with the save from the shot. And oh my goodness, that was terrifying. Longello plays it to Jeffers, back inside to Wise. He plays it to Ballantyne, back to the wing where Jeffers is there. And he battles with Duffus, plays it inside to Wise. Pett to Longello. Back inside to Pett, who plays it through for Napa, who goes down, but the ball falls kindly for Rush, who makes it 2-0, and that is 17 for the season for Rush. And where would we be without him these last few years? A great ball through there to Pett. Napa with the touch on and brought down by Bolton, but Rush was already on the end of it, although Chesterfield now lead 1-0 against Guiseley. Rush has been brought down on the edge of the area. Pett is going to stand over the free kick and puts it just over the bar. And it's been a fantastic first half for us so far. Although Harper going down injured isn't ideal. We're going to send Mensah on at right back now. Chesterfield still leading in their game, which could mean that our efforts are for nothing, unfortunately. But on the flip side, as I say, the playoffs, we'd be unlikely to win them, and to be honest, I wouldn't want to win them this season. Yeah, this is our first season in the National League. We need a year of, at least 1 year of building on what we've done so far. Ball through to Whitfield, and he gets one back for Torquay. I know I said I don't want to get the playoffs, lads. Doesn't mean bottle this. We're going to tell them to focus. And it was a nice little goal there. Whitfield and Duffers exchanging the ball. Stott plays the ball through. And a good finish at the near post, although you would like to see a bit more from Parks there. Mensah throws it into Napa, who heads back to Mensah. He crosses in, Jeffers at the far post but can't win the header. And then Nelson nicks the ball there, plays it out to Whitfield, who's got space to run into. And the shot goes into the side netting, but a little bit of a warning side there. They're not dead and buried yet. Still 1-0 in the Chesterfield game. Longello throws it into Jeffers. And he rides the challenge, plays it out to Mensah at right back. Back to Ballantyne, Pett, Rush, Napa. And it looked like it was going to fall kindly for us again, but it doesn't on this occasion. Mensah collects the ball that's cleared from the keeper. Back to Ballantyne, through for Pett. He tries to find Jeffers. Simpson misses a header. And then Jeffers plays it to Rush, who makes it 3-1. And maybe that will be enough. We're going to send Wiltshire and Sanders on for the last few minutes. But a great ball through there from Jeffers. Rush with a great finish. And Jeffers has been a strange one because I haven't given him much chance this year. And he's come into the team due to fitness problems late on. But he's actually given me something to think about. I'm not sure if he's willing to stay on because he was wanting to leave at one point. But I'm almost thinking he could do a job for us out on that left wing. He's doing a job for us in this last portion of the season. And, oh wow, Stott has played a great through ball to Rush, who then takes it round the keeper and makes it 4-1. That one there handed to him a little bit as Bolton played the ball away. Stott tries to go back to the keeper. And Rush is just never going to miss from there. As we now lead 4-1. A hat-trick from Rush in the final game of the season. And Mensah throws it in. Slough intercepts, plays it to Waters. Nemain plays it to Nelson. And he's going to try and bring it forward here. But Wise nearly nicks the ball off him. Ball over the top to Whitfield, who is offside. A good finish from Whitfield, nevertheless. But also, it looked, well offside there. And nothing for us to be concerned about. Although, Chesterfield still at 1-0 doesn't mean this is all done and dusted. Ballantyne finds Pett. He finds Rush, who goes out to Wiltshire on the right. Gets past his man, the cross goes in, but it's cleared away. Whitfield heads, and it's straight to Jeffers, who unfortunately loses the ball to Simpson, who's trying to break away now down the right-hand side. A burst of pace there, cross comes in, Nelson heads, but it's just wide of the post, and Parks was far more confident that that was wide of the post than I was. Mensah intercepts the long ball from the keeper, heads it back, and Bolton plays it inside to Dean, who goes forward. Adebowale with a poor header that finds Whitfield for Torquay. He runs into the space, plays it across the box, and Waters is there to get one back for Torquay. It's 4-2 now. And it is too late in the game for it to affect it, I hope. And it looks like Torquay have done enough in their game. They have indeed. So we do just miss out on the playoffs. But a very good end to the season nevertheless. And definitely a positive season. I mean, when you think if we'd started the season a bit better, we would probably be well in the playoffs. So this new formation is here to stay. The asymmetric 4-1-4-1. It's definitely not going anywhere for next season. We're just going to try and improve the squad that's playing in it. But first of all, we've got a season review to go and have. Let's go and look at what the board and the fans think of the season. And here we are for the season review for, say, Albans FC. So, we're not going to look too much at the new arrivals because there was a lot of them. We'll just have a quick flick through. Getting a E is a bit harsh considering he's done quite well for us. Anything else that stands out? Forrester Josh Thomas getting an F. Probably can understand that a little bit. Outbound, they're not particularly bothered about any of them. Moving on to season results. So we were expected to fight bravely against relegation. We've instead finished 8th. The board are delighted with the team achieving a top half finish, an A- for that. Average home attendance 28%, 1,434. You can see here the poor start really did cost us because there's spells elsewhere, but it was this poor start where we took a long time to really get any momentum going, and then we went on this long run that really was what secured us in the division. And then we kept doing quite well there. We were expected to reach the first round of the FA Cup. We instead got to the second round, which the board are delighted with. Particularly delighted with the win against league opposition in Southend. In the builder-based FA Trophy, we were expected to reach the second round. We instead got to the quarter-final, which they're also delighted about. So they're delighted on all three fronts this year for us. I was almost a little bit gutted the way we went out to Wrexham. But moving on to moments to remember, biggest win was our 4-0 win against Morecambe. Match to remember was a 2-0 against Wrexham earlier in the season. And goal of the season going to Wise for one of his goals in this Chelmsford game, the 30th minute goal. So we'll have a quick look at this. It was in a game where we did get a hat-trick. And it was very early on in the season. It was our first win of the season, actually. You've had the ball here. Coley heads down to Wise. And then I believe, he just strikes it from there. It's a fantastic strike and probably deserving of goal of the season for us. Finance-wise, sponsorship stays the same. Broadcast revenue slightly up. Of course, getting to the second round will have helped that. Corporate and hospitality going up. Competition prize money going up. And match day commercial and retail going up. All those things you expect with how we performed and the fact that we've been promoted. We sold 253 shirts this year, with Samuels, Pett, Coley, Matthews and Longelo being the favourites. How you lined up. So it does pick up the asymmetric formation. Parks, Harper, Adebayo, Chanel, Longelo. Wouldn't have Thomas there. I'd probably have Valentine, Napa, Pett. You could argue Pett all Wise for that position. Then you've got Matthews, Coley and Rush. The rest of them are probably very fair. Accolades, so I won the manager of the season. That's the first I knew about that. And also manager of the month for back in October. Fans player of the season goes to Adam Parks, the goalkeeper, who's also young player of the season. Sign of the season, Adebayo. Hard to argue with that. Top goal scorer of Rush with 19 for the season. 11 assists for Coley. 6 man of the matches for Rush. And the highest average rating going to Parks with 7.1. And also breaking the record for the most clean sheets by a player in a season with 23. So that is the season review completed. What we will look to do now is move on to the new season. We'll see what we bring in over the summer. Next year they're wanting us to avoid relegation and then continue to remain in the National League. I would be hoping for somewhat more of a playoff challenge, see if we can actually get into the playoffs perhaps. Not necessarily go up, but be in that battle. Team-wise, I have to say I think we're needing a centre-back, a right-back, sorry. Harper is doing well there, but I would like another option. Centre-back, we definitely need to strengthen there because we've got Adeboel, Chanel, and then we're struggling a little bit. Bowery is good, but very short, which is ideal. Midfield, we're doing quite well. We've got Ballantyne. We could do with another holding midfielder instead of Thomas. Pett and Wise doing very well in midfield. Maybe we need a better number 10. Left wing, we've got Longello, we've got Coley, Jefferson if he'll stay on. And up front, of course, we're going to try and keep Rush on as well as Samuels. And maybe Moriarty can come in and join it in the fun up front. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think we need to be going after. Leave a like as well as and a prediction for how you think we're going to get on next season. Subscribe if you are enjoying the series. And thank you very much for watching.